Righty. And there we go. So this meeting is being recorded. Anybody, for whatever reason, you don't want to be on it, jump off. But the good news is, if you're not here, you'll be able to catch it later. I don't know how you'll know that if you're not here, because you can hear that. We'll be recording it for later posterity, but you know, hey, what the heck. Welcome everybody. Jeff Ballard here. Happy to once again come to you with another Aloha Friday Live. We're excited about our group we have tonight. An eclectic group. We've got some down-home OC style ohana going on, some kama'aina, if you will. If you've been to Hawaii, you know that kama'aina means local. So like our local talent, we've got some of that. And we also have some from Pacific Northwest and some from the Southeast. So kind of cool. I love it when we have people from all over the place on.
What about Jersey?
Jersey? Oh, okay, yeah. Is that still in the U.S.? Yeah, Sticky Triangle, and I can't forget about Jersey. So we got all four corners of the country covered. Is that like a bingo or something? Do we need one more in there or something? I don't know. So we have, starting us off tonight, is Liz Lagunas from the awesome distillery. Let me make sure I get it right. Surf City Stillworks.
Yes, that is
right.
correct.
All right.
First in Huntington, woo!
I kept saying Surf City Distillery, but it's not. It's Surf City Stillworks.
It's a distillery, but it still works. Yes.
Yep. Okay. and even through the pandemic, you still works.
We
you
are
like that?
still working. I love that.
Sorry, I am a dad, so bad dad jokes do come about every once in a while.
I'm here for it.
All right. Well, thank you, Liz, for joining us tonight, and I'm excited about the cocktail. I'm assuming Sam brought you up to speed that you get us all started on making a cocktail for us this evening.
Yes. Is everyone ready?
Hey, I am ready. I've got my my rum. Oh, I got to take my virtual background off. I've got my rum and my whiskey my bourbon I picked up from you guys yesterday.
Perfect. So we're calling this the Quarantiki, as many of you have probably already seen. I'll be using the Surf City Stillworks white rum that we have currently in stock. With 1.5 ounces of the white rum.
Now that rum, you guys have McBiff did the label.
Yes.
The inside label.
You are very correct. So this is the label on it, if you guys can see it. It is a Tiki Girl made by McBiff. Great guy. Oh, by the way, nicest guy ever. It is cute. Yeah, it's really great. So as you can see, it looks very Disney-like kind of a little bit. The really cool thing about it is that he made it specifically for us, but however, Disney is now carrying it at McCarthy Circle. So it's actually featured in Disney, and it wasn't meant for Disney. That's pretty cool.
All right.
So we have 1.5 ounces of this going on. Then we're going to take our Pure Side Bourbon, which is 78% corn, gives a nice little sweet flavor to it. And you're going to want to add 1/2 ounce of that.
Trying to see if you got a little bit of background noise, so I'm trying to find who that is, and we'll get that muted for you.
Mine is a cold pressed pineapple juice, so it's pretty fresh. All right. Next, we're going to want to do 1/2 ounce of orgeat. I personally like this brand, Gifford. Quarter ounce of ginger syrup.
I've got a whole lot of catching up here to do.
Oh, yeah, take your time. Take your time. I'll get some ice while you're catching up.
I'm just pouring the rum, just to let you know.
Oh, okay. I will give you guys some time to catch up. My apology.
So, walk that through that for me again. Sorry, I was looking to see. I was trying to get the background noise muted. So.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. So 1.5 ounces of the white rum. We have 1/2 ounce of the bourbon.
Okay.
1 ounce of the pineapple juice. I use the cold fresh squeeze. And so far, last thing.
How much was the pineapple? Sorry.
I'm sorry?
How much was the pineapple?
1 ounce.
Okay. These guys all know, I forgot to warn you ahead of time. This is remedial drink making. I'm a little slow, so it helps them keep up, but I'm probably the laggard here.
No, you're all good. I'm just used to pouring a bunch of stuff at once.
Yeah, you mixologists, man, you guys are fast.
We're on it.
All right, so I got the pineapple. Next is orgeat.
Orgeat, 1/2 ounce of orgeat.
All right.
And a 1/4 ounce of ginger syrup.
So how long have you guys been there distilling in Huntington?
So it'll be 2 years in July. So we're coming up on 2 years.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah, still kind of new. The word is getting out there more and more, especially now with the hand sanitizer. People are very fond of that. We are making hand sanitizer right now.
Yep.
And hopefully we're thinking maybe September for an expansion. We're currently working on expansion. So our current tasting room is about, I believe, 1,300 square feet. Our expansion will be a building of 25,000 square feet. And it's located directly behind our current tasting room, still in Huntington, but with a lot more activities, or more room for activities.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, so we're hoping for September opening on that one.
Okay. All right, so I got the ginger syrup in there.
Perfect. And lastly, we have 3/4 extracted. I'm gonna put that right in.
3/4 of what? The video cut out for me.
Fresh lime juice.
Lime juice. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. And then I'm gonna get some ice. I will be right back.
I always love these events where the video just suddenly cuts out or the audio just suddenly cuts out.
Oh, that happens to me too.
I was on a conference call yesterday. We had 35 people on the call. And just in the middle of it, it just cut out. Like gone. Everybody kicked off. Goodbye. Session's over. The good news is everybody dialed back in. So I was happy that they were finding value in it. But yeah, those are always challenges.
Yeah, Zoom can be unpredictable like that. All right, so. All right, I'm gonna use crushed syrup for the final presentation. Should I mute to shake or do we like that sound?
Oh, we love that sound.
Okay.
Favorite sound in the world.
So if you don't mind, I'm gonna shake my drink now.
So Liz, how long have you been, there you go. How long have you been with Surf City?
Surf City will be about it's been a year, so officially about a year and a month now.
So is there a bar in there? Is that, and you're doing the mixology or what exactly?
So there's a tasting room. We do make seasonal cocktails. I am the head bartender. The manager of the tasting room, she comes up with all the drinks. So I just help her kind of like come up with some of them and give her ideas, but I'm there on the weekends.
All right.
All right, so we are ready here with our drink. We'll pour that right in there.
I had a question for you, Liz.
Yeah.
Are you guys open for tastings right now or soon?
Currently, our tasting room is not open. With COVID going on, we kind of just shut that down for now. Unfortunately, it's not going to be opening back up. And the only reason for that being is because we are still expanding. We did get our licensing for our other location. We can't hold it for both. And it just doesn't really make sense for us to, we can't have a license for both locations. And it just doesn't really make sense for us to open back up when we're so close to opening up again for the other location. So unfortunately, we're not going to open it back up, but only because better things are coming in September or later this year.
Cool.
All right, so this is the cute little, I'm a big fan of giant, beautiful garnishes. So this is the garnish that I chose for this one. And there it is, Quarantiki.
Beautiful. Man, that's a nice drink.
Yeah, it's delicious, right?
Yeah.
I love the bourbon in there. I love the little splash of ginger. It's delicious. Yeah. And the lime just does it really well.
Very light and refreshing.
It is. Thank you. I love the pineapple.
And let's see here. So yeah, the drink recipe is in the chat box or chat session there. If you guys are looking for that, I highly recommend it. So now, let's say, for example, some of our friends not from Southern California, not able to get Surf City rum. Okay. What would you think would be a good alternative for this?
You can always come and visit Surf City and grab a bottle. Currently, we're not shipping out of state right now. As far as another white rum,
like a J Ray and a J Ray or
no.
Oh, okay.
That is a very good question. I will tell you the flavor profile on this one is going to be, you're going to get notes of banana, coconut, mango, and papaya. So any that's really fruity and light like that. This one is made of 50% molasses and 50% cane sugar. So you want a rum with a good balance of both. If you want to do a drink similar to that one.
Yeah, and I forgot I wanted to get a taste of the rum because I waited until we had the. I did imbibe on the bourbon a little bit last night. Very good bourbon, by the way. I liked it.
Thank you. We really like it. It smells really tropical, really sweet, but it's not as sweet as it tastes.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, the notes of the banana really hit you. That's what I really like about it. I'm a big fan of banana.
Yeah, that is tasty.
Yeah.
And it kind of, so is there a profile to your guys when you guys are making the spirits? Because I noticed the bourbon that I had yesterday, as I said, that was really tasty. I had enjoyed that in our distancing driveway happy hour we had. And that bourbon felt also very light and refreshing. Because I know a lot of bourbons can be heavy, they can hit hard, like a Knob Creek. It kind of smacks you over the head.
Right.
This was really smooth and light. I like that.
Thank you. Yes. Well, what we wanted was a really nice, easygoing bourbon. And it is a little lighter, and that's only because, well, for a bourbon, it has to be at least 51% corn. And we use 75% organic sweet corn. So that is what makes it really light and sweet and easygoing. We've actually nicknamed it the everyday bourbon because it's one of those bourbons that you can just kind of like sit and pour after, a day of hard work or something, or I don't know, in quarantine is what you would call that. But yeah, so we kind of tend to go with something, I don't know, we try to do our own take on all of our spirits.
Yeah, very unique. I really like the bourbon. It's got like you said, I do get the banana notes in there.
Mm-hmm. I love that about the rum.
And you guys are delivering in Orange County, right?
Well, we're delivering currently in Huntington. So all of our deliveries to Huntington are right now free of cost. We are shipping, however, and that's anywhere within California. Yeah, and then our tasting room is only open for curbside pickups, so you can order online and pick up at store.
What's the cost of your white rum?
The white rum right now is $30.
Yes, that's good to know because that's exactly what I paid yesterday. So I'd be taking advantage of it.
That's what you can for anybody. I'll throw out 30. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for you, Jeff, no, it's $30. Everybody else gets 15.
Everyone else is 15.
So I heard a pretty wild no on the J-Ray.
Well, just because of the profile of what she's doing, the J is completely different.
Well, the silver is what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Silver.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of a good silver rum. And unfortunately for me, the only time I think of silver rum, I tend to think of that ugly B word. And I know that I'm not even going to mention that one.
We all know what that one is.
Far.
I use Magdalena.
It's
You
a little harder to find a good white rum, I think.
You use what, Brenda?
It's called Magdalena.
Magdalena. Okay.
Mhm.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's a nice quality rum, white rum.
I am a little newer to rum, so it's kind of hard to really compare it. But I can tell you what ours is.
No, it's very good. So is there, I was out on the site. I saw you guys have rum, gin, bourbon. You got the whole lineup going.
Yep, we have the whole lineup. Good
So
lineup.
that is good. You guys have swag that you're selling as well. I know when I picked up yesterday, I got my can you see it? Oh yeah, you can almost see it. I got my my Frisbee.
Oh, awesome. I'm so glad you got that.
I got my sunglasses. Oh, yep. Shame on me. They're
Very
upstairs
cool.
right now, but I got with sunglasses.
Awesome.
So there are other things that you guys offer. I see the shirts that you're wearing. And
Yes, so we do have some swag. It's online, it's in store. We currently just came out with a it's called the Turkish towel, but it's just like a really nice cloth towel. It's got fringe. It comes in white, orange, and blue. Very cute. I wish I had it today, but I don't. We also just got, hold on one second. We got these really cool tumblers.
oh wow.
And they're insulated, so you can put your drink or your white wine, red wine, whatever. And it's just like our tumblers and everything. It's got the Huntington Beach Pier on there. It wraps all the way around. It's a really good size. It's got a little mouth that opens and closes right there. So today I have the Surf City. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell, but our tumbler glass, it has the same logo as this right here. But just kind of etched in gray.
Okay.
It looks really pretty. And it comes in a Collins glass. We have shot glasses. We have Glencairns. We have little sampler packs. So it's going to be a sampler, 6 ounce per bottle of the rum, bourbon, gin, and vodka. And that's $49. So you can do your own tasting at home or separate them for like little mini gifts.
Can you ship the smaller bottles?
Yes, we ship them all.
Okay, good.
Everything is shipped. We have really cool hats. We have a nice distressed looking dad hat. And we have trucker hats as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, wanted to make sure that, you know, everybody has a chance to help support you guys during this time.
Thank you.
So,
Yes. Like I said, we're making sanitizer, so it's $5 a bottle. Any purchase, you get a free hand sanitizer, and you get some of the glasses or a Frisbee as well.
Yeah, I got the sanitizer, the glasses, and the Frisbee. It was my lucky day.
Yeah, you were lucky. Got a little bit of everything.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate you taking us through this.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for everyone for joining. This has been great.
Thank you, Liz.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I don't know if any of you guys have questions. You can always jump in. I didn't mute anybody yet.
I have the answers.
Well, actually, that's not true. I did mute some people as I was trying to find who was making the background noise, but you can unmute if you have questions, please.
Sorry, guys. I just joined. So I missed.
Hey, Marie.
Hey, what's up? I made it.
Yeah, good. Glad to see you.
Welcome.
Very nice. Well, now that we have our cocktails in hand, I'm sure I know many of you already started beforehand because I know you guys. Now, I am going to mute everyone. Then I'm going to unmute you, Chief, to bring you on. So let me change a few things here. Let's make you the spotlight. Let's put you right there in the middle. So, dude, man, I haven't seen you since Don's.
Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah. So those of you that here in the area in SoCal, whoever were at Don's for one of the maqueques, Big Chief of the OC was the guy who was providing all the music in the back restaurant area. Awesome music. I'm bummed you don't have any of the dancers with you today. Not that you're not pretty to look at, of course, but you know, what do we call
The drums, right? The beat.
So I need to get a Zoom, upgrade my Zoom so I can have multiple panels and I can have dancers on the side for you. So appreciate you joining us tonight. And if we've got a song or two, we would love to hear that.
All right. We'll take you to the tropical islands of French Polynesia, Tahiti. That's where the fast-moving beats to the beat of the drum tells the story. Here goes the song with the fast.
Hang on one second, Chief. I'm going to mute everybody, then unmute you so we can have uninterrupted listening to your tunes. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, Chief? There you go. Now you're live.
All right. Aloha.
Aloha.
Yes, Aloha Friday. Well, I'd like you to sit back, relax, and enjoy as I take you on this little sound adventure to the islands of Tahiti. For tonight is the night for love and delight in Tahiti. Come and play with me along the rolling blue sea in Tahiti. Oh, the moonlight will shine, and all things divine you'll see. Tiaras will bloom with your sweet perfume in Tahiti. For tonight is the night for love and delight in Tahiti. Come and play with me along the rolling blue sea in Tahiti. Oh, the moonlight will shine and all things divine you'll see. Tiaras will bloom with your sweet perfume in Tahiti. Woo! Yorana, 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 Tahiti. Come and dance, take a chance, dance of romance in Tahiti. Tahiti, oh baby, won't you come and dance with me? To the rhythm of a rolling sea, soothing love and ecstasy. Tahiti, oh baby, won't you come and dance with me? To the rhythm of a rolling sea, soothing love and ecstasy. To the rhythm of a rolling sea, soothing love and ecstasy. To the rhythm of a rolling sea, soothing love and ecstasy.
That is beautiful, brother.
Yeah, that was Tahiti for you.
So now if you're not familiar with the Zoom events, the bad part of performing during one of these is you don't get any audience response, except the visual. So you'll see everybody clapping, you know, because they like it. You just don't get to hear the sound, unfortunately.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's great.
How about one more? One more?
Okay, I want to ask, before you get that one more, I want to know, where are we able to get more of your music online, obviously now since we're in quarantine?
Yeah, and right now things I'm just going through some changes. So once I'm able, I got a YouTube channel that I'm starting up. So once I get that information, I'll forward you that information.
Perfect.
But, I produced a Tiki Beach Festival in Long Beach for 17 years. That was one of the original Tiki events way back on Belmont Shore. And then also the one event at Huntington Beach in Nalu Aloha Pier Festival. That's been ongoing for the past 4 years too. So, but right now just kind of regrouping, getting out for after the quarantine lockdown.
Now, do you have
Some
CDs?
CDs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you have CDs?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk after this. We'll definitely want to help you get the music out to everybody. Love your stuff, man. So you got one more in you for us? Let's hear it.
All right. I'm catching a wave. I'm feeling that freedom hanging over me. Makes me feel so free. I'm doing a dance. I'm swimming with that ocean romance. And the trees up above, well, my heart is here to stay. And my soul is on its way. It's like high on the wave when I'm catching the stars, reaching to the shore. And it's like flying in the sky, away from ancient times long ago. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 'Cause island trade winds, they're blowing high. Know where I'm going. I just love the ocean, going surfing in the ocean. That's where I like to fly. Catching a wave. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm catching a wave. I'm feeling that freedom hanging over me. Makes me feel so free. Oh, I'm doing a dance. I'm making sweet romance with that ocean lady love. Blue skies above, where my heart is here to stay. And my soul, it's on its way. It's like high on the wave when I'm reaching the stars, reaching toward the shore. And it's like flying into space, away from ancient rays, gone before. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 'Cause island trade winds are blowing high. Know where I'm going. I just love the ocean, going surfing in the ocean blue. Yeah. Phew.
There we go. That is awesome, man.
Thank you so much.
So where have you been playing other places after Don's?
Yeah, Duke's Malibu also on Fridays I would go out to Malibu and play. We were there and a lot of private occasions and so on. And then also Candling the Fish Kitchen, but that was before all this went down too. So looking for new venues, and hoping there's other restaurants like Dawn, another restaurant that might come up that might need entertainment and weekends, entertainment, music. So just keeping it all live and real.
Well, let's get you back out there, man. That's some great music. Definitely appreciate that.
With the dancing and the drumming, so looking forward to it. So if you guys are gonna have, once we get those other events, we can have the marketplace things or whatever, festival.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing a suggestion for Bamboo Club. So Roxy, great suggestion. And I put you in charge of making that happen since, you're there.
That's Long Beach, right?
Yeah, Long Beach.
LBC. Well, Chief spent many years over there.
Yeah, in the LBC. Yeah.
LBC at Kayak Cafe and over there Belmont Shore. Yeah, that's where I did a lot of shows.
Well, we definitely appreciate the tunes tonight. As soon as you have the your stuff available online, we're going to let everybody know. We'll be promoting the heck out of that.
Sure, yeah. Just I got my demo CDs and stuff like that. But once I get my stuff together, I'll give you a shout.
All right, sounds good, man. Thank you very much, dude. All right, so let me go ahead and take you off the spotlight there. And I'm going to put Ms. Dawn Frazier. So I can't unmute you because you muted yourself. So you take care of that, and I'm going to put you right in the spotlight.
Unmute myself. There we go.
There you go. So how are you, Dawn?
My life hasn't changed too much
No.
because I stay home by myself all the time anyway, and I work here, and I'm still swamped.
You know, I don't know if anybody else on the call, any of our regulars, have noticed a trend here. I've noticed a lot of the artists say, my life hasn't changed. I'm always home working and putting stuff together. And
right? I'm actually enjoying the overall more low-key vibe of the city. It's a lot quieter. It's nice. It's like old Seattle. Not as many people doing things that make noise.
So you are based up in the Pacific Northwest, up in Seattle.
Yeah, I live in a mid-century modern in West Seattle, which is just a few blocks up the hill from Puget Sound.
So I've been to Seattle a number of times, and whenever I think of Seattle and the Pacific Northwest, I think of a lot of greenery.
Oh,
is that what's inspired
so
your art?
green. This year it's really super green, and I garden, so I pay attention to the plants and the trees and everything, and all the plant life this year is really happy. But I don't think we had a particularly wet winter. Everything just seems really happy, and there's a lot of growth this year, and it's just really nice out there right now.
Well, yeah, a lot less pollution, a lot less human beings trampling around on everything.
Yes.
So,
Plus, I live in West Seattle, which is kind of like an island away from the city. And our one major bridge to get from West Seattle over to Seattle, they closed it. So we're kind of trapped over here for indefinitely.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that, because I started to think for a minute, wait, West Seattle. Seattle's on the water. How does that work? But
We're even more on the water.
apparently so.
We're further on the water.
You have a nice little island going along. I like that.
Yeah, I like it over here. I'm glad that I actually ended up landing in this part. You know, it's good. I love my house. I love my house. I like my neighborhood. My neighbors are cool.
Well, that's always good. Yeah. Yeah, our neighbors, we do driveway distancing happy hour every night.
Fun.
Yeah, so we go outside, sit 6 feet apart, and just chit chat. Man, I've learned more about my neighbors this last few weeks than I really want to know, quite frankly.
Right?
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about what you're working on.
Oh, well, if you haven't noticed, gumballs have taken over my life. So that's what I'm calling my masks. They're called gumballs because you have no idea what you're going to get. You just go, I want 5 gumballs, and I just like pick for you.
Okay, nice.
And people are way into it. It's fun. And they, come in all, you can't really see it. Let me see if I get one that's more clashy with the light. Look at that one, has a tiki on it.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So all my own fabrics, and really I wasn't going to do this. And I started sending people fabric, so the fabric scraps so they could make their own, and I got talked into it. And then I got slammed. So now there's a wait list. And I'm working like 16 hours a day just making masks. I'm a mask maker. It's crazy.
Okay. Nice.
Crazy, but I'm happy to be having the work. Not to say I didn't have like 10 million things planned anyway. So before everything shifted, and I'm mutable, I'm easy at adjusting lanes when I have to. I had all this stuff planned out for the year. I was gonna work my coffee table book, finish my zine, which is my history of myself as one of the founding artists of the Tiki Revival. I was gonna finally like make an ad for Atomic Ranch magazine. I have all these like huge list of new prints I want to release, and I have commissions and rugs and all kinds of shirts, like a huge mountain of shirts to make.
Wow.
I could use an assistant if we can get it like a socially distanced assistant who's highly capable.
Wow. So it sounds like, yeah, you got a lot going on.
I do have a lot going on. Plus, you know, it's spring. So gardening, house projects, duding up the deck.
All right.
Spring cleaning.
Yeah. Man. And still doing masks as well. So
Oh yeah, that's like just trying to get caught up on the list because, you know, people's project their anxieties.
Yeah.
So they're, you know, anxious to get their masks, and some people don't really understand like what a list is. So I'm always having to like kind of be professional.
Yes. It's not. Yeah, that's not good if you're
Professional,
not.
be professional. And because I do understand, but I also understand me.
So are you doing any other? Because you're like a multimedia maven. I mean, you're doing shirts, you're doing prints, you're out there.
I've the rugs, Ruxotica, Moodsotica, which is the blue paintings, all the blue paintings in acrylics. I also do construction. I build stuff and I paint cars and whatever I feel like doing. If I have the tools and there's a YouTube video, I figure it out.
Nice.
Right?
Now,
One thing I do not do is mix cocktails. So, you know, I could use a cabana boy, I guess.
Ray is right there in the area. I think he would be a good cabana boy for you.
Right? Right. Actually, Ray doesn't live very far away from me. We live on the same end of town.
So there you go. See? I just volunteered Ray, Tiki with Ray for you.
Except he's on the other side of the bridge.
Well, yeah, there is that issue.
So we're trapped on opposite sides of, you know, water.
And I don't see Ray because I was waiting for him to chime in when I said that, but I don't see him on here right now.
Right? No, I was totally surprised to see him. Really, today I get up and I start work about, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the morning every day. Make mask like crazy.
Wow.
And I just barely finished and got to the post office today to like chill out and get ready for this. And I didn't even set up Zoom until last night, and even though it was on my to-do list for like 2 weeks.
Well, you were able to get on pretty easily, so that's good. So you can handle the technology
I
side of
practiced
things.
last night with a couple of my friends, and we have fun.
Good.
I see everybody's cute dog in their pajamas.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've seen, you know, dogs or kids. I was on a call earlier this morning and kids were running around in the background. It's just how life is now. We're used to it.
So I don't have any like, this is like my latest product line to show off, but I will tell you that, does it show? It doesn't show.
Up a
It
little
doesn't really
bit. There you go.
show because I'm sitting at my
There you
desk, so I have like all this massively bright light so I can see colors accurately. But if you want to score any loot from me at all, the best place to see all the eye candy is Don Fraser Artist Official on Instagram. I post there first. That's like where all the deals are first. If you want to get an original painting, they're only available for me. Etsy's good for ordering prints and shirts. But
Okay.
still, you can always message me. Anybody can message me on any social media platform that they see me on, and I respond pretty quickly. That's really the best way to go about scoring something sophisticated.
Awesome. Well, we do have that in the chat room or in the chat box.
Cool.
So yeah, most definitely we've got that here. Dawn Fraser, Artist Official on Instagram. And we do have your Sophistatiki on for Etsy as well.
Right on.
That is way cool. Yeah, I love some of the art. That's the examples of, so what's the one directly behind you there?
Big one on the easel.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is an unmarked print that I haven't like, usually I remark the canvas prints so that they give the depth and the glow of the originals, because those phthalo blues you cannot capture in a digital file. I've been trying for like 15 years. It doesn't matter how I go about doing it or how fancy the equipment is. It just doesn't get the depth and glow of the original. So when I get these giant canvas prints like this, I spend the time to remark them, and I kind of paint over the whole thing. So the color's right, and it looks really cool. This one is destined for Spain.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that one's 4 feet tall. It's pretty cool. So that was, let's see, that's Moodzautica 2016, number 22.
Very beautiful. Yeah, I love your style. I think you are great. So you said, you mentioned you're one of the original that's helped bring the tiki, bring tiki back. So talk to us a little bit about that. What was it like in the early days being a female in the tiki artist world?
Oh my God, that's a can of worms.
Hey, I know how to ask good questions.
That's a major can of worms. I'm not kidding. But a lot of people don't know this because I have been consistently eliminated from all documented scene history as one of the founding artists. So a lot of people don't get that I'm from the 90s, from the first Tiki revival, not the second one. The Otto's very first group Tiki show was 3 West Coast artists, myself, Bosco, and Shag. And I'm the only female and the only one who doesn't live in Southern California. So in between that happening and when Tiki Central started, I was living on a beach in Fiji with my boyfriend. I wasn't really on the internet or paying attention to kind of a scene developing. So my timing was off. I just missed everything that I was supposed to do. And really, I just kind of do my own thing anyway.
Well, and you do great on doing your own thing. So that's
my
awesome.
own thing anyway. And I'm not really so much paying attention to what's going on in the scene. And I have favorite artists like Mookie. He's my favorite. I love his stuff. So good. And I, sort of pay attention, but not really. Like, I don't go to events anymore because I'd rather stay in my studio and make stuff. It's cooler here. It doesn't cost extra money.
Oh, a true homebody. So.
Oh my God. I was talking to my dad the other night and he's like, "You were born to be a hermit." Yeah.
So all these paintings that you do, are these just visions from your own, in your own head?
When I start a Moodzautica painting, well, even a watercolor, like, I don't know, my lighting is really bad, but so of course it's all washed out, but that's a watercolor. Mm-hmm. So every painting that I start, I just draw a horizon line on the page and that's it. And then I just just go for it. It works itself out. And there's always a point in every painting, like mid-painting, where you're like panic a little bit and think maybe it's trash. It's like, what'd I do? Oh, this is a clinker. And then the more you get done on it, it starts to like emerge, and it just, for me, they just tell me what needs what where. Oh, okay, a little bit Bob Ross. Let's put pottery here. Let's put it over here.
Oh man, I could totally see you do a whole painting class, Bob Ross style.
Oh my God, that would be.
I want to see that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, somebody would have to really wrangle me into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could do it like this if I was at home in my, like I am right now, in my studio, in my desk, totally by myself, in my own environment.
Yeah. Hey,
And that's
or-
when I'm most myself. If there's other people around, I'm all deer in headlights.
oh no, to be full Bob Ross, you got to do it in a room all by yourself to a camera.
Right?
That's the way you can do it. Yeah.
Right. The black background and the gigantic easel.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
the cartoon painter's palette.
Well, I can tell you because of this pandemic, I'm working on his hairdo. I'm pretty darn close to his hair right now. My
I cut my
afro
own
comes
hair
out.
this week.
Oh,
I mean, it's still pretty long, but I cut off 4 inches.
wow. Yeah.
It's still me.
Well,
They're just starting to strangle me at night.
yeah, mine's probably going to be getting that way too pretty soon. So love your stuff. Definitely thanks for joining us tonight. And I just want to make sure I got this. Dawn Fraser Artist Official on Instagram and Etsy. You are Sophistatiki.
That's
And
correct. And
so-
then all the fabrics are on Spoonflower. So really, you could just Google Dawn Fraser or Sophistatiki, and you're going to get everything.
And if you Google Dawn Fraser, you have to spell it Frasier
Correct.
because there is another Dawn Fraser out there
He's
with a different
swimmer.
spelling. What's that?
He's the swimmer.
Okay. Well, there's another artist that was a Dawn Fraser, and it's like, that's not Dawn Fraser.
Really? An imposter?
Yeah. Well, she spelled her name differently. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, because I missed that completely.
and Sam has got that in there. Some great comments. People love your art. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yay,
And,
thanks. That was super fun.
Glad
I'm
to see we can
like,
get
I
some stuff
wasn't
from you.
too dorky, just the right amount of dorky.
Oh, hey, when I'm on the show, nobody looks more dorky, so you're good. You're good.
Yay!
So let's see who we have up next. I have this really cool device that holds my iPad, but the stupid iPad keeps turning off. All right, so let's get into our Makani Marketplace. And I am going to release you from the spotlight video. Thank you, Dawn, for all of that. Definitely appreciate it. And like I said, you guys get out there. This is a time when we would be out at the bars buying drinks. We would be out at marketplaces buying stuff. This is a chance to see some of the vendors and artists and see what they've got going on. In fact, I'm wearing one from a couple weeks ago where we had, Sweet Siren who was on with her and I showed this shirt and I was like, dang, that's a nice shirt. So, do your part, jump in. Headhunter Props, where are you? There you are. So that's the challenge. Let me unmute you there. I think now I can hear you.
How are you?
All right, there we go. And again, dude, you're like about to be eaten by a giant tiki.
Yeah, it's something we've made here.
Oh my gosh.
We're over here at a bar that we've been working on a little bit last couple of weeks. I had to take a hiatus from it and build a playhouse for my kids. I tried to post a lot of that online as we were doing. They've actually got a little nicer tiki bar than we do at the house now. But but yeah, we had started this bar back before the first of the year, and then we had some delays. We moved studios and a couple of things, and so I had planned on having it finished before the COVID then suddenly hit and kind of shut us down for a little bit. But yeah, I can show you a few things. We can turn the lights up in here in just a second, and we'll walk you around and show you what we're working on a little bit. Immediately behind me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said, what city are you in?
We're in Orlando.
Orlando. Okay.
Yeah. And so this will be, I guess, technically what we'll call fourth tiki bar here in town that we consider a tiki bar. But and that includes obviously Sam's with Disney down there. We consider Sanford, where the Suffering Bastard is. A friend of mine, Tom Allsmiller, had done that one up there, and that's a nice little bar. And so we consider that part of Orlando. So we include it in our count. But yeah, our work in progress or name as we function through this one so far has been the Broken Skull. And if anybody's seen some of the stuff that we've posted online, there are a lot of skulls going on in here.
Yeah.
We've got a whole Papua New Guinea kind of thing going on, a lot of headhunter type things that we're real fond of course. And you can see behind me, this is a spear that we've been kind of working on. I was just developing this one the last couple of days. It'll have a whole lot more accoutrement hanging off of it and that kind of thing. But yeah, we'll go ahead and turn the lights up and I'll walk you around a little bit. Behind me is actually, that's a booth. So when that's all completed, people will be seated in there, and then the geyser goes off with certain drink orders. There's a water feature that's slotted to be in there, but the city may or may not allow that. We're going to find out. Then kind of as we pan through, there's also the skull booth over here that I was talking about, which
Yep, I've seen that online.
8 to 10 people can be in there. I've got about 30 shrunken heads that I've got to put in there that are all part of the story of the missionaries that came to kind of help out on the island and ended up being the construction materials, as it were. And then here behind us, we do a lot of these coup, the large coup there. He's about 8.5 foot tall. And so I'll try to zoom back. We've got the Ode to False Idol there with all the balls and whatnot.
Yep.
And then we've got a number of lamps and things we'll be putting in there. This shelf over here is what we broke our backs on today, bringing in. That's supposed to look like a portion of the ship, and there's another half to it that'll go in. But that'll be obviously for the alcohol, and it still has to get its mirrors installed and everything on there. So it's a little rough right now. But yeah, there's a number of features. We've got an airlock over here for the sound, where behind the stained glass door, so it'll be more like you're inside of more of the volcano, which is kind of our theme throughout, is that we're going for, it was, you know, these guys kind of worship the volcano. They've got their Pele god bastardized version of it there we did with the snake ape hybridization. And so essentially, you know, they didn't really take too well to the missionaries, and again, decided to convert them from their standard form. But yeah, for the most part, during the COVID crisis, we've been working from the house. Got into making more shrunken heads and things that we've been sending out, bookends, small pieces I could cast and mold at the house. I don't go to the shop a whole lot, even though it is only us there. We don't really have anybody coming in, just my immediate crew of a couple of guys, and we stay pretty far apart. We got a decent sized shop. We do quite a bit of fiberglass work. That's our mainstay, is our fiberglass stuff. But yeah, you know, that's us in a nutshell, basically.
So then what kind of things are you putting out that people are able to buy? Because your craftsmanship and the things we're seeing in there are phenomenal.
No, I appreciate that. No, thank you. We obviously we do a lot of work with the theme parks. Disney and Universal have been our main providers for quite a while. We got into the tiki stuff about roughly 4 years ago, I guess it's been. We did a lot for Volcano Bay, and we were working a lot with those guys. When I'm not doing props, I'm doing a lot of consultation for chemical knowledge and surface adhesion and prep and all the paints. We formulate a lot of materials and things. And so because of that, that kind of forces us into a certain quality level we have to maintain to perform for the parks. But what we do for more of our customer base that we're putting out, like right now, we're headed up to Atlanta next weekend to take a bunch of props. Obviously, the cast props that we do, like the statues, we tend to carve those out of foam first, and then we make them ready, and we do fiberglass molds and fiberglass castings so that they can go outside and hold up into weather. A lot of times people want to have water features near them and that kind of thing, even interior. So it's important that they be super durable, and inevitably people are going to lean on it, maybe drink too much, lean on it too hard. But we have those, and then smaller scale, we do necklaces. That was probably the first prop that we put out there for Tiki. We have a monkey skull necklace that has the jaw bones and the boar's tusk on it and that kind of thing. And so so we do a lot of those. The spears, like I was pointing out with the this one with the skull with the ram's horns, is kind of a new thing. But yeah, we do. I don't know if you can get it better. Yeah, my lovely assistant there bringing that in. Let me see if I can get some more light on it. It's a little dark in here. Bring it down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. So a lot of those, we actually put this one together during Inuhele in the booth there. And then we do again, the bookends. And let me see if I can trying to get to a better view there for you. In any case,
the only tiki event that's happened this year.
Yeah, Jonathan got it in just under the wire there. He did. He got it right on time. We're hoping to have, we were working with Tiki Tango. We're going to have a little bit of an event when we go up there to Atlanta next weekend. And so a lot of people that bought props from us for that we'll be delivering, they're going to be, coming in and meeting up at Tiki Tango at 7 o'clock. And we're certainly other people are welcome to come as well. And we just like to get out and see everybody. We've got kind of the run of the full joint. So plenty of room to spread out. Nobody has to be packed in on each other and, spreading out. But yeah, we're calling that our Atlanta Prop Stop and Drop Weekend. And so we put that out there, and then we're hoping to do the same thing, provided Tiki Oasis goes on. We're planning on taking a whole bunch of stuff out to California for pre-orders and then go down to Oasis from there. But yeah, so a lot going on. But yeah, we'll just try to stay safe and make sure everybody's staying healthy. Obviously, we're looking forward to the rest of our crew being able to come back in. Disney's reopening there at the end of the month, so we'll be able to get back into some of that stuff.
So now I had a question here in the chat room. It is the Broken Skull, correct?
That is the work in progress name. I'm in discussion. They had a little bit more of a Jimmy Buffett name picked out initially, and so I came back at them with my opinion, which sometimes I word fairly strongly, but yeah, we wanted something with a little bit more mystery, and there's a few things we're doing with the mugs and some of the servings and certainly drinks and food that we really prefer Broken Skull on there. But obviously we'll keep updating if something does change with that. But I feel like the more I put it out on the internet, the more they kind of have to go with that. So we maybe I should say it repeatedly.
Okay, so I have to go back to something because I'm blown away if this is actually true. A person who lives in Florida skipped on a Jimmy Buffett, anything related to Jimmy Buffett?
How do you mean?
I love that, man.
Well, I'm not from Florida. I will preface that. I'm from Texas initially, and we tend to lean on the dark and brooding side of Tiki more than the beach ball at the concert kind of side. I mean, yeah. I'm not anti-Jimmy Buffett by any means, but obviously we love an immersive environment, and we're all about theming, and so we prefer to keep it as realistic as possible. When you step into this bar, we want you to feel like you're absolutely somewhere else. We don't want any outside influence, even if insofar as the name on the menu. It needs to all take you to that dark jungle place where you feel like you've really escaped reality. And obviously with the theme parks, that kind of pushes us in that direction for everything we do. So yeah, again, I don't want to diss on Jimmy Buffett. He's done a lot of great things in his life, but it's not really what we want for the bar.
No, I just, I mean, I like Buffett. I think he's a gateway into Tiki.
Sure.
Most Tiki community is not a big Buffett fan, but a lot of people in Florida are. So that's why I was.
We said the same for Disney. I'm not big on Disney Tiki, but I know that it gets people involved, and I feel like a rising tide lifts all ships. I mean, I say the same thing about Brandon with Geeky Tiki. You may not like it, but it's brought a lot of people into Tiki, and it's helped all artists get their art seen, because if someone initially is approaching Tiki because they see something that caught their eye that might be, pop culture stuff, but at the same time, it's going to be something that just gets them involved in general. So yeah, if Jimmy Buffett can do that, or the Enchanted Tiki Room does that, there you have it.
I'm right there with you. So, okay, I got a technical question for you.
Yes, sir.
What are you using for microcontrollers?
For what now? I'm sorry?
Microcontrollers.
Microcontrollers insofar as what on our?
The effects within the bar there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm not necessarily the tech guy, but most of what we've done in here is with Chauvet geysers, and so they're all on remote and they're DMX programmable. So when the actual guy that knows what he's doing comes in here and gets all this stuff wired up, it'll all be set to where the lighting and the sound are tied together. The bartenders will have everything controlled. Again, right now, everything is just set up on the standard Chauvet geyser remotes that come along with them. Like we actually had one of those at Inuhele, but it didn't set as well with the fire alarms and things there, so we weren't able to use it. But yeah, it's a little controller like this, and you've got 4 different settings that you can preset for the lighting. So again, when I hit it right now, what it does is it sets off an LED back there that shoots through the fog. So the fog ends up with more of a kind of a fire look to it. And so then in the room, it creeps throughout and it stays up fairly close to the ceiling. Doesn't get too crazy. It's fogging me now.
That is wicked, dude. That is just wicked.
It's a fun little thing. We had to be real careful that it didn't fog out the people in the booth. So everything has to stay above 5 feet when it goes off. And then we've got another geyser on the same remote back by the coup that kind of lights him up, which I don't know if you can see. Tiki is Avery logged in there, but it's doing the same thing down there by the coup in that window now. But yeah, like I say, I'm real tech simple when it comes to that kind of thing. When it comes to the electronics and stuff, I'm all about the prefab things, and then I let the experts come in and tweak it.
Yeah, I totally get that. So my big question then is going to be, okay, where exactly in Orlando are you? And
So,
just so you know, I actually lived in Sanford for 3 years. So
I gotcha. Okay.
thanks for.
So you're familiar with Maitland, I guess. We're just north of downtown in Maitland.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and we're tied onto an existing bar, which it's called the Copper Rocket, and so this will be an extension of that. And so that carries over for the liquor license, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of a popular thing here in Florida because Orange County in particular, next to impossible to get a liquor license. Obviously, you know, there's only so many issued, et cetera. And so as opposed to the $500,000, if you've got enough square footage, you don't have to spend that kind of money to get the liquor license. You can actually carry your restaurant over into an extension of the bar, provided there's a pathway all the way through, hence the airlock.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now,
So that's the Florida loophole.
So for those people here in Southern California that may not know, Orlando is also in Orange County.
Yeah.
So that took me a while to figure out when I first moved to Orlando, to the Sanford area, when I kept seeing on the news, an Orlando man is doing this. I mean, an Orange County man is doing this. An Orange County, it's like, why do they keep talking about Southern California? And
Orange County Choppers in New York as well. That used to throw us when we watched that one.
Yeah, that was Orange County Choppers that up there. So yeah, people ask me all the time, oh, so you're around Orange County Choppers? Nope, other end of the country.
It's a popular name.
So you've got stuff on the website that we can go check out now and have shipped.
Yeah, it's horrible on the updates on the website. I'm so notoriously bad about keeping that updated. I'm big on Instagram. We put stuff up there every day, and we post stuff that we have that's on sale, anything that we've, overstocked or stuff that's left over from builds, that kind of thing. We'll put them on there, but that's just at Headhunter Props, the Instagram. And then obviously we started up on Facebook now. I had to switch my name on there over to Headhunter Ray, but because they didn't want Headhunter Props on my personal page. But in any case, we post stuff on there too, the events. We created an event page for the Atlanta thing next week, and so that's on there. And then we've got an Etsy store that's also under Headhunter Props, and we're gradually adding things there that'll be more regularly available. It was always hard for me to do like an Etsy store because I didn't produce things on the regular for this kind of stuff for sale. It was just if we happen to have something. But now we're doing more masks and shields and things like that that'll be up on the Etsy store. So again, that's also under Headhunter Props. But yeah, our website is just headhunterprops.com. So we try to keep everything fairly consistent.
Well, I love your Instagram page. I mean, if it doesn't come up on my feed for a while, I'll go check it out because you've got some amazing things that you're showing. A lot of what you're showing here in the bar. I love your work, man. You're doing some cool stuff.
Thank you. We try to come up with some things that are fairly unique. I mean, we just look at what we'd like to see out there, and we develop things based on that. But we're all about the death and skulls. So as long as we have a lot of that, we feel like we're happy. And as we say, as said, went to Corey had posted some things. Corey Smith, who's also on here, he had posted something, and we always say skulls on sticks. We love to see skulls on sticks.
Yeah, my wife always says that about me, but I don't think she's talking tiki.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hear you.
All right. Well, thank you, man. I definitely appreciate it. And we've got all your contact info here in the chat room. And since you brought up Mr. Corey Smith, let's go over and unmute you there, Corey. And I am going to change over the spotlight video to make you our spotlight person.
All right.
There you go. Whoa!
Hey,
You've got a creature crawling out behind you. Look out! Look out!
yes, yes. I've got the creature from the Black Lagoon behind me who watches over me as I create art every day. So
That is nice. Did you do that one?
no, actually, it's a Ruby's. It's from Ruby's, so it's just the foam creature.
Okay.
Groundbreaker, I think they're called. So I had to mount them on the wall and use that for some of my tiki mugs to surround him. So
Because I was going to ask you if you made it for made one for Mark Sellers, because he has one at Tiki Cat and one at his Max's Hideaway in Grand Rapids. So I love that.
there's some amazing ones out there that people have made. That's incredible.
Yeah. All right. Well, enough talking about other people's art. Dude, we want to know about yours and what you're doing. I love
All
that.
right. My name is Corey Smith. I'm Corey Smith Creative. There's my little logo there. I'm actually, my day job, I'm a creative manager with an insurance company. And so for me, doing artwork is my creative outlet. I get to be somewhat creative in what I do at my day job, but doing artwork for myself gives me an opportunity to really do some fun stuff and do work that I want to do. So I've been an illustrator, artist for probably 25, 30 years. I'm doing a lot of graphic design. I've done a lot of freelance through the years. And like I said, a lot of the work I've done has always been for other people. And so I think it was about a year ago, I decided I'm going to start putting some artwork up on Instagram. And so I started doing illustration and always loved tiki since going to Disney when I was a kid. And there's a hotel in Daytona Beach. We always went to Daytona Beach when I was a kid called the Aku Tiki. It's the Best Western Aku Tiki Inn. And so they have this big giant moai head out in front when you drive past. And always loved that when I was a kid. And we took our kids down there and always stayed there when they were young. So always been fascinated with Disney. So I've kind of been fascinated with tiki for a long time. And so probably back in January, I decided that I'm going to start doing an illustration a day on Instagram. So I thought I'm going to challenge myself and try and do one piece of art every day and put it up on Instagram. And so I started that in January, and it's been challenging, but I've been able to do it. But it's been incredible the feedback I've gotten from people. And so I think they've enjoyed seeing the different art and different art styles that I've been putting up there. So it's been a lot of fun. So I'm a digital artist. I work in Adobe Illustrator primarily, and I'm just into pop culture and of course tiki, horror, anything that's kind of fun and out there. And so a lot of my work revolves around that. So for example, got a couple prints here. This was a tiki skipper from the Jungle Cruise. I've got, there's the Aku Tiki Inn tiki. This is a print, actually just came in that I created of this. We're going to do this art show. So let me circle back. I live in Peoria, Illinois, which is like the tiki wasteland of the Midwest. There's nothing around this tiki. There's a lot of paintings of landscapes, of fall leaves and those types of things, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot of arts like the art that I do. There's very few of us. So another artist, a local artist, her name is Rebecca Lord. And I'm sure a lot of people know who that is, but she's out from the West Coast. She lives in Peoria now. And she reached out to me, and she's going to be doing a tiki-themed art show. And originally it was planned, it's been, due to what's going on, it's been bumped from, I think, May to June to July. And now, unfortunately, it's getting bumped to next February, just so we can have a great show when everything is back to normal. But it's called Relics at the Reef. I'm sorry?
She's doing this in Peoria?
Yeah, it's going to be at Peoria. So
Hey.
it should be very interesting. She has a great group of artists, so I'm going to be in it. And there's, I think Tiki Tony may be in it. I think, oh shoot, I'm trying to think who else. There's a lot of artists that are going to be in this show, and so it should be a really fun event. So it'll be interesting to see what the reaction is of the local community
Right.
with this. So it should be a lot of fun. So we've got that going on. But all of my art is available mainly through Instagram. I don't have a website yet. I'll just show you some prints. Very lazy, and I have not had the chance yet there's some shrunken heads, to make a website yet. So everything I produce, I stick on Instagram. I also have a Facebook page, Corey Smith Creative. And I'm working on setting up a Spoonflower account as well. So the past week, I've been creating some different patterns. So some fun little tiki, funky patterns. There's the Dole Whip tiki guy.
Oh, nice. I love that.
And I've been sticking those out there. And so I'm going to try and I'm working on setting up a Spoonflower account, Etsy page as well. So
there we go.
Trying to get some things going, but right now the best way to reach me is through Instagram. And I'm actually doing a print special right now. So I'm doing 11 by 14, which is what these are, prints, 2 for $30. So if anyone's interested, you can go out and find these on Instagram. Pretty much everything that's on my Instagram feed is available. So just shoot me a message and let me know if there's anything you want. So it's been fun. There's Mickey and Maui. So just been creating art and just having fun with it. I'm excited because Headhunter Props, a shout out to him, as he mentioned. We've been talking back and forth, and I'm working on a pattern for his company, incorporating his icons, his cool characters, and his logo into it. So we're working on that. I'm also excited because I'm going to start a collaboration with Tiki Tom out of Phoenix, and we're going to start. We're working on some tiki mug designs. So I'm going to create some different designs, and then he's going to create the mugs. So that should be fun. So it's been real interesting how all of this has just kind of spiraled just over the last few months. But it's been a lot of fun, and I've had a blast with it.
So I got to ask that the tiki with the that's underwater. I want to see that one again that you just showed.
Yeah.
And so that one you have available, you said?
Let me grab it here. It is, I don't have it up on Instagram yet. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not on Instagram yet. I actually created it a couple weeks ago, and I sent it out to get a print to kind of see how it would reproduce. And so I'll probably be posting that pretty soon.
Well, since my handle is Tiki Diver, I really like that one. I'm tuned into that one. So.
Well, thank you.
I'll be watching for that. So let me know when it's out there, so I can get the joke and everybody can get mine. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting a lot of good comments in the chat as well. Peoria has a strange regional sandwich called the gondola from a place called Avantis.
It's Avanti's.
Oh, Avanti's. I didn't see an apostrophe there.
Yes, it looks like Avantis. Yes, an Avanti's Italian restaurant, which really isn't Italian. The owner is actually from Switzerland, but yeah, they are the home of the gondola. So, but.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to check that one out next time. Next time I'm in Peoria, when I get to Peoria. I don't think I've been to Peoria yet. I'm originally from South Bend, Indiana, so I love the fact you're bringing tiki to the Midwest. So that's way cool.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We've got your Instagram in the chat here as well, Corey Smith Creative, and for both Instagram and Facebook, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on.
All right. So we got you there, and let's see who we're going to go on to next. Ooh, Jezebel Fascination. There she is. Hi, she's waving at me. Hang on one second. Now that I dropped Corey, so I got Corey on mute, taking him away from the spotlight. Sorry, Corey, your time in the spotlight is over. And there we go. You are on mute on your side, I believe. Yep, there we go. So how are you?
Still very busy, and like I would agree with Dawn, like not much has changed. I do have a day job, but it's like essential, so I still do that. Not much has changed, so right there with you, Dawn.
Now that is a crazy headdress. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Wow. So what are you working on right now during the quarantine time? What are you going on?
As far as tiki goes, always another headdress. Just finished this, but I'm probably not going to list it because I don't know if I have like the rights to the creature. But actually, a regular customer who has become a friend bought me the little creature, and she bought one for both of us so she could have one too. So that's newish. And I don't usually show things in progress other than like to my patrons on Patreon. But this is going to have a large shark jaw in the center and like some Japanese buoys with some lights.
Oh man, that is awesome. We're gonna need a bigger headdress. That is way cool. So how long have you been doing this?
I think my Etsy shop says since I was on there since 2015, which by the way, because a couple of people mentioned Etsy, do not click on Etsy ads. They are charging like way too much whenever you buy. Like even if you would click on an ad for me for an item you don't plan to buy, but then buy from me later, they will still charge like an extra 15%. It's, oh my goodness. Please.
Wow. That seems like a high price. Dang.
Yeah.
And so it's Jezebel's Fascination on Etsy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
On everything, jezebelsfascination.com and on Instagram.
So where are you, what part of the country are you located? Where are you coming in?
I'm in Louisiana.
Oh, nice. Okay. So in the New Orleans area, you get to
Yeah.
beach bum berries.
Yes, I love them. I'm using one of their mugs right now.
Very nice. I love that beach bums and shoot, the other one.
Tolteca?
Tiki Tolteca. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
the factor right there together. So those are cool.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. So that's nice. How are things in New Orleans? Are you guys opening back up a bit?
Well, I'm actually not in New Orleans. Our area is. New Orleans is still not. I went there last weekend for something, and I was hoping to just like get something to go from Latitude 29, and they're not open. And his wife Anine takes care of the social media, and I think they're waiting for round 2 or whatever to open up.
Gotcha. So which part of Louisiana are you from?
It's in Lafayette, but it's just a couple of hours away from New Orleans.
So are they, do you wear the headdresses around town there in Lafayette, or?
Yeah.
I'll bet you stand out.
Common. I do, because it's not common, but no one really gives me a second look here. So.
Wow, no, that is amazing. So that's some really cool work that you're doing. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. Anything else you have in the works you want to show?
Yes, I wanted to tell you, actually, I think the Bum's wife is kind of helping me a little bit. I am hoping to create a picture book of like faux exotica album covers of just like beautiful ladies wearing my headdresses. Like, so I'm just going to make up like fake album cover names just of getting pictures of like sexy girls in my headdresses. So,
nice.
To have that done and not too long from now.
Now, are you venturing out? Well, when the shows come back again, are you going to be do you typically go to any of the, like the Hukilau or Tikio or places like that? Any of that on the horizon?
I was hoping to go to Hukilau this year, but I guess not anymore. Maybe the Tiki Oasis in Arizona. I just heard that the Tiki Oasis in California is just way too overloaded. Do you have an opinion on that?
I could agree with that on the previous property for the last several years, but the new property that they've got lined up, I'm really looking forward to that. It's a lot more space, so it's a little bit more spread out. So when you get 3,000 people, it's not all right on top of each other. So I think it'll be really cool.
I might look into that next year, and hopefully my book will be ready.
Well, very good. We'll definitely look for that. That is some awesome stuff you have going. I love the setup that you have here. You have a very good fashion eye for sure. Let's see. I think, Sam, did we get everybody? Did I miss anyone?
Well, we have Todd with Pin Tikis here.
Oh my
Pin
gosh.
Tiki.
How
Yes.
can I forget Pin Tiki? Because it wasn't on my list. Sorry, dude. No slight, because I really love your guys' stuff too. So let me
All right.
bring you over. There we go.
Hey, everybody.
How are you doing, man?
Oh, good, good. I'm let me bring out some of the pins here. I know it's kind of small to see in this format, so I'll put them right up here and I'll hold some closer if you'd like me to bring some up there.
Yeah, you're doing some pins from some of the bars and some of the other things. I mean, right?
Yeah, I've got a lot of pins and stuff from classic tiki bars. I've been doing some for some of the current bars. I don't know whether you've seen any of the tiki tea pins that they've had out recently. I did those. I've kind of done for the last couple of years for those guys. But yeah, I've got everything from Don's to Corla Pandit down here. I could show you guys some of the new ones here. I'll pull this one up first and just kind of see if I
in there. Yep. In fact, I have the Don's pin. Not on this hat. Do I have it on this hat? No, not on this hat. But I do have your Don's pin. That one's really cool. Love you have Corla Pandit.
Corla Pandit, good. So I've got kind of a wide variety of that stuff. Some of the good ones like Kahiki, the Kahiki fireplace, and Bahuka, Tiki Gardens. One of my latest ones is the Baha'i Hut in Sarasota. Worked with those guys, which they're closed right now, but they're currently remodeling. So they're making the place even cooler. So you gotta check them out when they open up.
Have they talked about an open date?
I don't know. I just Scott, one of the guys who's working there, I heard that he was looking for some new lamps to put in there, some tiki lamps. So I'm glad that they're kind of heading in the direction of making that place even cooler.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you're based here in SoCal.
Yep, I'm in Long. So.
All right, and you have, I'm assuming you've got people all over the country that are dialing in and getting your pins, because you've got some pretty cool stuff here.
Oh yeah, I get orders, well, all over the world, but mostly across the country. And I'm at pintiki.com if you're interested in checking it out. I've also got some cool stuff from Tiki Central. I know Tiki Central is kind of down right now, but I worked with some other guys and we put together a bunch of stuff for the 20th anniversary. I don't know whether any of you guys were involved in that. They did right before it became Zoom Mania. That was my first Zoom experience where we connected tiki bars from kind of across the world to do the 20th anniversary party. So we've got pins, coasters, drink umbrellas, parasols, and so all this is kind of going to help the guys that put together the 20th anniversary of Tiki Central. So if you're a Tiki Central fan, be sure to check it out.
Yeah, that's very nice. So you have any new pins in the works? Any new stuff?
A couple in the works. I just moved right before this whole COVID thing happens, and actually I've got this backdrop behind me. I'm getting ready to put up the Lahala matting and do this whole room, and so the wall was all marked off, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be doing this wall with a bunch of tape on the wall and everything. But so I've been busy, and some of the manufacturing has been down because of the whole COVID thing, but I do have some new stuff in the works.
Very nice. So anything you want to share with us in terms of themes that we can expect to see? Or?
I've got one that I've been working on that's that I think is pretty good, that should come out soon, the Chin Tiki. another classic tiki bar, and a few other things. So I'll let you check it out. And you know, for the people out there, I've got if you're interested in ordering something on the website, if you use this code, the Aloha code, you'll count 2 for that. So I wanted to throw that out there to people.
All right. And you said they get what kind of discount on that?
You know, I did this when you first approached me. I think it's either 10 or 15%. So I can't remember off the top of my head, but
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we totally appreciate that, man. And love your stuff. I think they're really cool. Now, because you have some really cool art, and it's in probably the smallest format there is. Have you thought about doing T-shirts, corresponding shirts, or anything like that?
I do some T-shirts, and initially I just had people approaching me about doing shirts. So I've got shirts on the website. This one is for Java Lanes in Long Beach, but a lot of, you know, Don, some of the things that we use for the pin artwork, or, you know, just some bigger scale stuff. So check it out. I don't have as much variety in the shirts as I do in the pins, but put that stuff out there too.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed the shirts, because those are really cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun stuff, and you know, stickers, all that kind of stuff too. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Assistant.
Oh, and in fact, as a matter of fact, I have your Don sticker on the on my Jeep, on my Tiki Trekker. So,
all right.
So it is there. I love your stuff.
Out there in the wild, you know.
Yeah, it's I got it in a prime spot right at the top of the window, just like Don's swordfish was always right there at the up there in the sky for us. So.
All right, cool. I'm glad to hear it.
Definitely appreciate it. Man, it was kind of like a Don's night with Big Chief there, and Sam, of course, who's always with us. And yeah, boy, I feel like I'm back at Don's. Oh, I took the virtual background down, darn it.
Well, you know, once things get back, you know, to normal, whatever that is, I'm always at the Hardcore Tiki Market and at the Bamboo Club with, you know, Sam and the crew there. So.
Yeah, that's a really good event. First Saturday of the month when we're allowed to go out and the bars are allowed to be open. And that's a fun time because there's some good music, there's great artists, and of course there are good drinks. They were on with us, what was it? Not last week, a couple weeks ago. They were on with us making one of their drinks for us. That was really good. Yeah,
no, we've been trying to, you know, support those guys regularly by doing the drive-through takeout drinks, and they do good drinks all around.
Oh yeah. So I see you have the little orange bird down there, and Corey just had the little orange bird. I haven't seen that guy in like years, and all of a sudden twice in, you know, one night I'm seeing the little orange guy. So
yeah, well, I saw him you know, pull out that print, and it was cool. So the orange decided to show up here too.
Absolutely. Now I need one. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. So we've got you for Pin Tiki Pins on Instagram, as well as pintiki.com.
Yep.
Correct? All right.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, you have some really cool stuff. I always like seeing the pins that you've got. I need to work with you on since, you know, Tiki Trail, I hit a lot of the bars that are out there these days. Be kind of cool to put something together, Tiki Trail-ish. So I'll have to talk with you about that.
Okay. Yeah, happy to help out. I've worked with, you know, several different, you know, people in the Ohana, and I like to help people get their pins out there. So
some cool stuff. So thanks. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Let's see, Sam. Oh, let me not forget. See, I used to always do this, and, you know, I forget to do the cancel the spotlight. There we go. Okay. Because I don't want to make you there and, you know, you're front and center and we're talking with somebody else. So I'm glad I remembered that one this time. So Sam, I think we got everybody tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight was a lot of fun. Thanks, everyone.
As always, you put together a great lineup for us. So appreciate that. Very much appreciated. And thank you for all that you're doing to help support this. Let's see. We're actually looking for a bartender, a master mixologist for next week.
Yes.
So we're reaching out to a few. We don't have it signed up, locked in yet. If you know of bartenders that you think would be good, let us know. Send them our way. If you know of other artists that would enjoy coming on and talking with, 30, 40 people on a Friday evening, also send them our way as well. And I think we also need to get, Tiki Triangle's there. We need to get him on to talk about his book, because he has a really good cocktail book. So we'll get you on there, I promise. Anybody else you're delivering or producing things for the Tiki environment? Yep, there you go. And let us know. We're more than we want to share. We want to promote. That's what we're doing this for. So definitely appreciate all of that. Sam, who do we have for next week?
Yes, so if there's any Hot Rod Trio fans in the house, we're going to have buddy Dougie from the Hot Rod Trio. He's going to be our musical guest. The Makani Marketplace is going to have some more cool people. Next week, May 29th, we're going to have Miss Fluff, Magical Geeky Goodies, Shoderville Art, and the art of Robert Jimenez.
Very nice. Miss Fluff, I've seen her work. I think she does some really cool stuff. I've
wearing
never
her
had the
top.
chance to meet her. What?
Her print is on my top.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, wow.
She does some amazing stuff.
And
Never
she's
had
going
the
to do a
chance to meet
special
her.
giveaway for us. So stay
Ooh.
tuned for more details on that with Miss Fluff for next week.
All right. Very cool. I like to hear that. And I think that is probably it for tonight, gang. I think we hit everything. We got everybody in, right? I didn't forget anybody?
We got everyone.
Okay, awesome. I didn't put anybody on the spotlight either. That was funny when Kim Bang was on it. She was on a week before she was going to be presenting her stuff. And I'm like, who's next? Kim Bang. She's like, I'm next week. So I didn't put anybody on a notice today, scare anybody to death. So that's good. All right. Well, always good to see you guys. Good to see you there, Gloria, sneaking away to the half, off to the side of the picture. There you go.
Bye, guys.
Hi. Good to see you.
All right. Maximum Radical. What are you doing, man?
Where'd he go?
You're working on something there.
Yeah, I'm just working on some sculpting and listening to everybody. I'm making some, they're not necessarily tiki, they're more Lost Adventure kind of things. These little tiles.
Nice.
And there's my sleeve stack one.
Nice.
I'm working on One-Eyed Willie right now.
Okay, thank you for showing me that, because I was a little afraid of where you were going.
Thank you. So yeah, I just sculpt these out of clay, and then I cast them out of a mixture of resin and sand, and yeah, they just work as tiles.
Cool. Well, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but it's like, he's an artist doing something down there. I can see that. So
no, I'm always out here, and I like having this going and being able to check out what other people are doing. Yeah, it's fun.
Well, cool, man. Thanks for being here, and thanks for everybody who's jumped in. I'm gonna head out now. I think I gotta go find my neighbors and have a few cocktails for this evening. So enjoy this Memorial Day weekend. Hey, we don't have to go to work on Monday.
Yay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
All right.